Will upgrading to a new Wi-Fi router such as this one enhance your home internet speed? Let's find out. I will be dividing this video into 3 parts. All the parts are going to be marked in the timeline below, so you can skip to the appropriate sections that you may be interested in. Part 1, I'm going to go over what you need to look for when you get a router in 2023. In the next part, we're going to unbox this router that I got from Amazon. This is not a sponsored video. I bought this with my own money. The review is going to be 100% honest and unbiased. And in the last section, I'm gonna unhook my old router and install this one in place of it and run some tests and some comparisons to see which one performs better. Let's move on to part number 1, which is what you need to look for when you buy a router in 2023. Number 1 is Wi-Fi standards. Make sure that your Wi-Fi router supports the latest Wi-Fi standards such as Wi-Fi 6. So for example, this one, it says Wi-Fi 6 here. The latest Wi-Fi standards make sure that there is better speed and performance and less congestion on the network. Number 2, speed. Make sure that the Wi-Fi router that you are purchasing supports data transfer rate of at least AC 1200 or more. This one, it says AX 1800. Number 3 is the bandwidth. For this, you must consider the number of devices that you're planning to connect to your Wi-Fi network. So in my case, I have bought a dual band router, which means it has 2 bands. This one, for example, it supports 2.4 gigahertz as well as 5 gigahertz. So there are 2 bands. A dual band or tri-band router can provide separate frequencies for your devices, reducing network congestion and improving speeds. Number 4 is security. Make sure that the router that you're purchasing has latest security features which will protect you from cyber threats. Look for features like WPA3 encryption, secure guest networks, and automatic firmware updates. Number 5 is the range of the router. Make sure that your router can support the range that you need in your house or office. Look for routers with multiple antennas or mesh networking capabilities that can extend coverage to hard-to-reach areas. Number 6 is brand reputation. There are so many brands out there. Make sure you choose a brand that has been known to make very good Wi-Fi routers. Asus, Netgear, Linksys, they're all some reputed brands, but also do read the reviews of the products. Some of them have been on sites like Amazon forever and they have sold thousands of pieces, but they are outdated. Make sure that everything is up to date. Also check for the release date on Amazon. You can check the release date on Amazon by scrolling to the product page and then looking for when it was released. If it is a few years old, then I highly recommend looking for something that was released newer, which has new capabilities. And lastly, it's the price, right? I wouldn't go crazy just going and buying the most expensive router that you can find. Find the range, the bandwidth, and the kind of network capabilities that you need for your Wi-Fi router and choose something that's appropriate for that. By considering these factors, I'm sure you can find a router that provides fast, reliable, and secure internet access for your home or office. Let's move on to part 2, which is unboxing this router. On the box, there are some features that I was alluding to in my first section. It says it is Smart Wi-Fi 6. So Wi-Fi 6 is one of the latest standards, and this is also known as 802.11ax. This is an air mesh Wi-Fi system, and speaking of security, it has AI protection. There is a 1.5 gigahertz quad-core CPU in this router. And this 1.5 gigahertz CPU will provide ultra-fast network speed. It also supports 2 bands, the dual band router. As a dual band router, this has a 2.5 gigahertz as well as a 5 gigahertz band. Let's go ahead and unbox this. let's take a look at what's inside. Advanced Wi-Fi setup tip, app setup instructions. We need to download the Asus router app by scanning the QR code. We may need to update the driver for the wireless adapters, so we may have to update to the latest drivers. There is the quick start guide, warranty. This is a router, so I don't expect a ton of stuff in the box. So there is the Ethernet cable. And there's the router. It is pretty small and lightweight. It has 4 antennas. Let's go over the ports. This one is for the line in. So this will be an input line from your modem, and these will be output lines to various devices on your network. There is the power button, and it also comes with a power block, and the power simply plugs in to this port right here. There is the WPS button in case you need to hook it up to a WPS enabled device. I know this was not a very exciting unboxing because it's just a router. It just had the Ethernet cable, the power block, and the router. So next, I will set this up and then run some tests and show you the results. And now for the final phase. I unplugged my old router. This was a one hub made by TP-Link, built for Google, a few years old. I am gonna plug in my new Wi-Fi 6 router and then show you the comparison. I plugged in the new router. It's fairly simple. There's the power cord, the Ethernet cable that comes from the modem, and a line out. That is the power button for the router. And there is the front of the router. One light is still red. It is still booting up and connecting to everything. This old router was slowing up my internet way too much. Want to know how much of a speed boost I got just by switching to that new router? Now onto the results. This was restricting my internet speed to a mere 10 Mbps. Yeah, that's right, just 10 Mbps. Want to know how much the speed increased to when I switched to the new router? That was a Wi-Fi 6 router, and the speed increased to over 800 Mbps. 800. 10 to 800. That is like 80 times increase in speed. And that's going to improve a lot of things. It's going to increase the speed of your network, the number of devices that can connect to your network, the range. You might be able to work in your backyard and still get a decent connection. So a lot of benefits just with a more updated router. I hope you liked this video, and until next time, take care. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.